Hello guys, what is up? This is GalacticElliot on the Pokemon Fab 5, and I have a little thing to introduce to you guys before anything else. I am here with
SByG!
Yes, I'm here with Sean, and he is actually the creator about what we're about to introduce to you guys very shortly. So, by the title you can tell this is a Pokemon Black 2 Setlocke. Now, it's a very, very interesting challenge that I want to get into a little game like Black and White 2, which I have not really played too much. But it was created by Sean. It was never done before. So, Sean, do you want to basically just tell them the basics of what the Setlocke is?
Yeah, sure, okay. So the basic gist of it is that obviously the normal nuzlocke rules apply. So, first encounter on any route, defendant dies, it's got to go, faints, obviously, that kind of stuff. But the Setlocke itself is more about using certain Pokemon at certain times. So you'll assign a Pokemon a number, and it'll only be restricted to that number, and you'll have to count up 1 to 6, and then fight each trainer like that. So first trainer, Pokemon 1, second trainer, Pokemon 2, etc, etc, etc. There are a few more rules for it. I'll just run through those quickly if you're okay with that.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just go through them in order then. I mean, the first one I've got, obviously, once you catch the Pokemon, you give it a number. The number is absolutely set. So, Pokemon in the first route, you've got to give it number 1. If you're doing a Wonder Trade, obviously, first one you get, number 1. Next rule is that you must use these Pokemon solo in battle in order. So, trainer number 1, Pokemon number 1, trainer number 2, Pokemon number 2, etc, etc. The only thing is, some battles are a bit odd. So, some of them you'll have 2 battles in a row. So, in that case, just switch the Pokemon out, let it go. Obviously, you're going to get a bit of extra XP there, but you don't want to be using one Pokemon for multiple battles. It's not allowed. The next rule is that if a Pokemon faints, you can pick whatever Pokemon you want out of the box. That's fine. But there is an additional rule, if wanted, that you can assign box Pokemon a number initially. So, say Pokemon number 4 faints, you can quite happily go to the box and say, right, these are the Pokemon that I've given number 4. These are the only ones I can use. But that's obviously completely optional if you want to do that. The next rule I have is that if you have a Pokemon in the box, you must have a party of 6. I mean, it's quite an obvious thing. You could just pick one Pokemon and say, right, I'm done. This is OG. You might get a Lugia from Wonder Trade, for example. So, you don't want to be running through that the whole game. So, if you've caught Pokemon, you have to use them. End of. Because I've mentioned this to a couple of people before, one question I've had is the wild battles. Now, they do not count as set battles. If you look at the rules, it specifically says trainers. So, wild battles, random encounters, anything like that, it's fine. Use whatever you want. It's just the trainers that count. And then finally, the double battles, they count as 2 trainers. So, if you're on Pokemon number 3, you have to use 3 and 4. If it's a triple battle, you have to use 3, 4, 5. And the only exception to this rule is rotation battles. You have to stick to one Pokemon because it's one trainer. So it goes by the amount of trainers, not by the amount of Pokemon in the battle. And then very, very finally is Roar itself. If you get roared out, just carry on with your numbers as normal and finish off with whatever Pokemon sent out.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, Sean, SByG, you went by that really quickly, actually. Those are basically the basics of the rules. You just gotta know, what your Pokemon is set to. If you want to, put down the game for a little bit and turn it back on the next time you play it, then make sure and, see what set the number is. If you want to nickname the Pokemon to what number they are, that can always help as well. But, yeah, basically you give each Pokemon a number. The first Pokemon that you get is obviously number 1. Number 2 is the second Pokemon you get, etc., etc., etc. And, yeah, is there any rules such as, like, let's say you have 6 Pokemon and you want to replace one of the 6 Pokemon. Can you replace one of the 6 Pokemon, or do you have to have one of them die to do that?
Well, I suppose, I'd say basically no. But if you were assigning them certain numbers, I would potentially say maybe. I mean, that's personally up to yourself, but I would say standard, not really, because it would, it would make it slightly easier than you want it to be.
Yeah, so you can't really replace the Pokemon whenever you already have 6 set Pokemon. Unless, obviously one of them ends up dying and you basically it can say, oh, okay, so I guess I can replace it with the Pokemon on the PC. This can also be done using a randomizer. This can also be done using a Wonderlock. You know, you can do so many things with this challenge, but I'm personally going to be just doing the Setlocke for Black and White 2. If you guys want to basically accompany me on that, then you can do so. You know, just get yourself a ROM emulator, all that good stuff online. I'm not going to really give you guys the links to it, but if you want to join me on doing that, then go right ahead. And that's just about it. So is there anything else you want to say, Sean?
Just a bit of advice, I guess. I mean, you should definitely, if you're doing this, following along, obviously the videos are going to be, you know, there's going to be a gap between them. Definitely take notes, because you don't want to be forgetting what Pokemon you're using. I mean, I've obviously tested out this run just to see what it's like, and if you leave it for a bit, you will forget, so make sure to note everything down as you go along.
Yes.
And that's about it.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm definitely going to be taking a few notes and whatnot and making sure that I don't forget anything. It's going to be a very interesting challenge, and I honestly, whenever I first heard about it, I was like, this can't be that hard. But then I started thinking, I'm like, yo, what if I were playing through ORAS, and what if I have a water type going against, like, a trainer filled with, like, Shermish and shit like that? Like, I'm screwed. So really, this is a tough challenge. You're bound to lose many Pokemon, so if you guys lose a couple Pokemon on the run, don't feel bad and don't feel discouraged, because this is a very tough challenge, and that's why I'm really looking forward to it, just to test out how challenging it is, especially without the Wonderlock or Randomizer aspect, because you know, you don't really have as many different diverse Pokemon that you can get compared to just the ones that you're restricted to getting in the game. So I'm looking forward to doing it. Thank you so much, SByG, for accompanying me on this video and helping me basically explain your rules, because this is your rule set, and you know, basically if any of you guys want to try it for your YouTubers, make sure to you know, thank SByG for making the rules and whatnot. Just thank him in the description. That's really just about it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the series. Every single Wednesday will be a video, or maybe other days as well. So yeah, that's just about it. See you all later. Peace.
Take it easy, guys.